Yes, guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to another video, and this video is for the Premier League and the FA Cup predictions. Yes, guys, if you're wondering how we've missed the Premier League predictions, well, it's back. It's back after a long time of not doing so like every match day predictions. It's finally back. Finally back. So I'm really am excited to do this weekend. Huge games to predict. The Premier League, 4 games, and the FA Cup, 4 games. There's some games that been postponed in the Premier League because of the FA Cup quarter-final games this weekend. So the Liverpool game got postponed, the Man City game got postponed, so does the Everton. Whichever team is in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, their game got postponed. So they have to that's why they're gonna have to rearrange it for these teams to meet in the Premier League, if you know what I mean. So yeah, really excited to for this weekend. And if you are excited that this show is back, make sure you hit the like button, share this to everybody that you know so they can enjoy this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new. Don't forget to hit the bell notifications as well. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. So without further ado, let's first of all predict the Premier League games. Starting off, tonight's game, Wolverhampton Wanderers, or Wolves for short, against Leeds United. Now, this is a big game because Leeds United are looking to stay out of the relegation zone after they beat Norwich City 2-1 at the death. Whereas for Wolves, they're pretty much in the Premier League next season, but they're fighting to be in Europe. Whether it's the Conference League or the Europa League, that's the place that they really want to focus on. So this will be a huge difference for both teams. It will mean so much to them. So that's why this game is going to be tough. It's really going to be tough because both teams both teams won their last game in the Premier League. Of course, Wolves beating Everton at Goodison Park, whereas for Leeds United beat Norwich City 2-1 at Ellen Road. So this is tough. But for me, my prediction is going to be 1-1 because I just cannot see one team winning this game because both this, like I said, this will mean so much to both of them. If Leeds United win, then they have a chance of staying in the Premier League next season rather than the relegation zone. If Wolves win, they have a chance to close the gap on the European stages, whether it's the Conference League or the Europa League. They have a chance. So for me, that's why this game is difficult to predict. So that's why I'm going to go for a draw. Well, like I said, this will mean so much to both teams. And if one of them wins, then congratulations to them. But for me, I'm going to go for a draw. It's so difficult to predict. Now, moving on into Aston Villa against Arsenal. Now, tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. kickoff, a huge game. Of course, Arsenal lost against Liverpool, but I tell you what, before Liverpool scored the goals, Arsenal looked really good. They had so many chances, and even Arsenal's defense kept Diaz quiet, Mo Salah quiet, maybe even Jota up until he scored that goal. They kept most of the forwards quiet. So for me, I was a bit disappointed, but I knew Liverpool would win because their squad is strong enough and even better than Arsenal, if you know what I mean. So that's why I knew Liverpool will win this game. But for Arsenal, they win the top 4, which I never thought it would happen, but it does, Whereas for Aston Villa, they're starting to improve. Of course, they may have lost against West Ham, but they still want to be above the mid-table, which is their target. So yeah, but for me, this game is going to be hugely important for Arsenal because if they win this game, then maybe there's like a high chance of them being in the Champions League next season. So they really have to win this game. Hold on, guys, while I turn the light a sec. There you go. So yeah. So like I said, if Arsenal win, that means they have a high chance of being in the Champions League. Whereas if Aston Villa win, they will have a chance of maybe perhaps maybe have a chance to close the gap on rules depending how many points they get. So this would mean so much to both teams, but mostly for Arsenal because this season, no trophies, no European games, only like one game a week, if you know what I mean. But for me, Arsenal next season are definitely playing the European stages. So if Arsenal are in the Champions League, then fair play to them because none of us, including me as a Chelsea fan, would have ever predicted Arsenal to be in the top four because the way they let go for Aubameyang, like I said, not doing well. So does Martin and all that stuff. But since then, they improved, really improved. So I'm shocked, but Arsenal are doing well. Now I have to give credit where it's due. If they, like I said, if they could beat Aston Villa, it will mean huge, so much for them. So that's why for this game, I'm gonna go for a 3-1 Arsenal win, like the reverse fixture. Of course, they will concede, but I think Arsenal will win. Even though I'd like to I'm hoping that Aston Villa win because they the good likes of Coutinho, Ollie Watkins, Danny Ings, all these type of players. I think Arsenal would do it because Saka's been doing good, even though he was poor against Liverpool. So there's Martinelli, Emil Smith-Rowe, Odegaard, all these type of players. Was absolutely fantastic. Of course, Ramsdale will be kicking himself because he conceded the goal, but he's still Arsenal's number one, so he's still better than Berleno. So yeah, so for me, I think Arsenal win this game. Like I said, I could be wrong, but it is what it is. So we'll just see what happens. So Saturday's game at 12:30 p.m. kickoff, 3-1 is my prediction in that game. Moving on into Sunday's afternoon game, Leicester City against Brentford, 2 p.m. on Sunday. Now, Leicester City lost against Wales, but through to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Europa Conference League, because that 2-0 win at King Power Stadium really put themselves in the driving seat because if they would have scored just one goal, Wens could have easily beaten Leicester. But Wen will be kicking himself because they had so many chances to beat Leicester. But Casper Schmeichel made some huge saves. Just they were unlucky. But well done to Leicester though. Whereas for Brentford, when Christian Eriksen played for Brentford, he has been fantastic. Passing the ball to Ivan Toney, making Ivan Toney scoring goals. He has been fantastic. Of course, the first game he lost to Newcastle, but the game against Burnley, he did really well, beating Burnley 2-0 at the Brentford Community Stadium. So Christian Eriksen has made an impact. And the great thing is that Christian Eriksen has called upon to be in the squad for the World Cup, I think. I'm not sure, but he's part of the Denmark after he collapsed during the Euro 2020 last year. So really great news to hear that. And I know he'll be excited to hear that too. So yeah. Big up to Eriksen. So for this game, I'm not going to go for a Brentford win because they, like I said, they've Christian Eriksen, Ivan Toney. He may not score lots of goals, but he has been absolutely fantastic for Brentford, making sure they stay up in the Premier League. And I knew Brentford are going to get relegated this season. There's no point. So yeah. For me, I'm going to go for a Brentford win because Christian Eriksen, he's just phenomenal ever since he signed for Brentford. He has been good. Whereas for Leicester City, they've lost to Arsenal last weekend, and they've also lost to Wen. So they're starting to be a bit down. But of course, they're through to the Conference League quarter-final, but they're starting to be a bit down. And I would have thought that Leicester City would personally be challenging for the top four, getting back to challenge for the top four. But this season, they haven't been doing that. And Brendan Rodgers is under some serious pressure, but they won't sack him. They won't really sack him. So, yeah. But for this game, 2-0 Brentford, they will definitely get the 3 points. And I know that this will mean so much to them if they can beat the current European team, which is Leicester City. So, yeah, I'm going to go for a Brentford win. This game, the game of the weekend, is Tottenham versus West Ham, a London derby. I am looking forward to this game tonight. On Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. If I'm not busy, I might watch it. But if not, then I'll watch the highlights. But this game, Tottenham versus West Ham. Now, the difference between Tottenham and West Ham is because Tottenham in the Premier League has been up, down, down. Like when they beat Man City, the current leaders in that team 3-2, they've lost to Burnley. Then they faced Leeds United at Ellen Road, beat them 4-0. Then they've lost to Manchester United. And now, on Wednesday, they beat Brighton 2-0 away from home. But the big question is, will they lose again? Like, would they go up and down every single time? Because in order for Tottenham to be in the Champions League, they really have to win all their games. They really have to. You know, so the only way to do that is to win all these games, because if they go up down, that's it. Their season is over. It's finished. Tottenham are not far from the top four yet, and I know they're begging Aston Villa. They're begging Aston Villa to beat Arsenal, so that if Tottenham beat West Ham on Sunday, they have a slight chance of being in the top four after losing against Burnley, Manchester United. All these type of teams, Wolves, Southampton at home, if you know what I mean. So this will mean so much to both teams. Whereas so West Ham, they're really doing well in the Europa League. I want to say congratulations to them. Congratulations, especially for the Ukraine player Yarmolenko. 2 goals in 2 games since that Ukraine invasion between Russia and Ukraine. He has been absolutely fantastic, and I love the way he just doesn't celebrate. He has tears in his eyes because he's from Ukraine, and maybe his family's from Ukraine. So big up to Yarmolenko. This means so much to him, and he'll make the headlines. He will make the headlines today as he did last week. So big up to Yarmolenko, and well done to West Ham for beating the almighty Sofia, who is this, I think is like the 4th or the 6th time they've won this competition. So big up to West Ham. Maybe both Rangers and West Ham could have a chance of winning this competition, but it all depends. It all depends. But for West Ham, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And I also know that they beat Aston Villa in the Premier League last time. So West Ham are doing really well under David Moyes. So for this game, it's tough. The way that Tottenham lost against Manchester United but also beat Brighton, I see nothing but a West Ham win, to be honest with you. I see nothing because Chuchek and Declan Rice have been fantastic. And I forgot that player's name. Mikel Antonio is also doing well, even though he's not scoring goals as a striker. At least he's threatening when it comes to playing in the middle. So he's been fantastic. And so does Ben Rama, and like I said, Yarmolenko, brilliant as well. So for me, I see nothing but a West Ham win. And I remember that last season, Tottenham were 3-0 up, but couldn't manage to win this game because it was 3-3 at the end. So yeah, but I don't think West Ham have ever done the double over Tottenham. I can't remember the last time, but they've never done the double over Tottenham. But this will mean so much to them if they can actually beat them, if they can actually do that. Because if they do, then that means that West Ham are back in the top 4 race. And that's why this season, the top 4 race, the title race is unbelievable. It's hard to see who will get into the top 4, who will be in 4th place, and who will win the Premier League next season between Liverpool and Manchester City. It's so difficult, So really looking forward to the end at the end of this season, especially in the Premier League. But for this game, for me, West Ham 1-0 win against Tottenham. And that is it. That is all the Premier League predictions. Now, let's move on into the FA Cup quarter-final predictions. Some big games as well. Starting off tomorrow at 5:15 p.m. UK time, it's Middlesbrough against Chelsea. Now, this game is tough for Chelsea. Even me as a Chelsea fan, it's tough. Because Middlesbrough, when they faced Manchester United, they knocked them out on penalties. Yes, Middlesbrough got lucky with the goal. That was, I think it was maybe a handball of the offside. But they did really well. They faced Tottenham. They beat them 1-0 at the extra time, even though Tottenham had so many chances to beat them. But this game is tough for Chelsea. But for me, I want Chelsea to prove to Manchester United and Tottenham that this is how you beat Middlesbrough. I want them to show them that. Let's not feel scared. Even though we should be a bit scared because we're playing at the Riverside Stadium at their ground, we should not be scared. Our squad is strong enough to beat Middlesbrough. Even though I think it's wrong, for me, we've got players like Jorginho, Mendy, Azpilicueta, Kai Havertz. All these players are strong, should be strong enough to beat them. So that's why I'm going to call this a tight game. I'm going to go for 2-1 Chelsea after extra time. This game will end 1-1 in the full 90 minutes, and then it would, when it's extra time, Chelsea will probably score to make it 2-1 and probably go through to the FA Cup semi-finals, Even though I want Chelsea to win this game in the full 90, I just don't see that happening because this season we have been consistent enough when it comes to in the final third, and that's why we're not challenging for the title. If Chelsea was in first place, I would say, you know what, 3-0, 4-0 Chelsea against Middlesbrough because we're at the top. Middlesbrough are in the playoff places, so yeah, definitely we should destroy them. But since we're third, and since we're not challenging for the title, 2-1 Chelsea after extra time, and that's going to probably it. I really hope we'll win. Hopefully, we'll not be like Tottenham and Manchester United. I really don't. Like I said, once you take your chances, put them in the back of the net. Yes, you can miss, but make sure you are focused and the strikers as well. The likes of Timo Werner, maybe Lukaku. Make sure you time your one perfectly because you cannot be offside every time like you did against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. Make sure you time your one perfectly because if you can do that, then you have a better chance of not be frustrated like you did against Liverpool. So yeah. So let's hope that we prove to Manchester United and Tottenham that this is how you beat Middlesbrough. Let's prove that tomorrow night in the FA Cup. So 2-1 for me is my prediction. Now moving on into Crystal Palace against Everton. Of course, the game against Newcastle for Everton meant so much to them because they were in serious trouble. Serious trouble. If they would have lost, my God, they could, and Burnley would have won a couple of games, they would be in so much trouble because this would be the first time in so many years that Everton got relegated, in the Premier League. The only reason I want Everton to stay up is because of Lampard. I really want him to stay up because Lampard, as usual, is a legend for Chelsea. 211 goals in 606 appearances in all competitions, which is unbelievable. That's why he's a legend. So I really hope that Everton stay up. And in order for them to do that, they really need to pick up 3 points every single game. Every single game they need to pick up 3 points in order for them to not feel relegated. Whereas for Crystal Palace, they went against Manchester City at Selhurst Park and managed to get a draw. Even though Man City had so many chances, I thought Crystal Palace defense and even the goalkeeper was absolutely fantastic, and they deserved the draw. Even though Man City had so many chances to beat them, and I can't believe Pep Guardiola was blaming the grass. Seriously, man. Seriously, the pitch was good. It was good. Stop blaming the grass. Stop making excuses. If Pep Guardiola would have signed a world-class striker, maybe like Harry Kane or maybe like Erling Haaland and all that stuff, would he complain about the grass then? No, it's Pep's fault that the reason why Liverpool at one point is because he didn't sign a striker. He didn't. He didn't sign Harry Kane, none of these strikers. And that's a huge problem. So he really, really, really needs to sign a world-class striker if Man City want to win the Premier League, So anyway, back to this game. This is tough for me, but I'm going to go for a draw. And it might end on penalties to see which team goes through to the FA Cup semi-final. And this will, if Crystal Palace win, this will be the first time they ever reached the FA Cup semi-final in their history. Whereas for Everton, the last time they reached the FA Cup semi-final was against, I can't remember, like 2015, something like that. Yeah, something like that in 2015, and they've lost. So this will mean so much to both teams, especially. So that's why I'm going to go for 1-1. Penalties decide who goes through. I don't know, but we'll wait and see because both teams looked really good, especially Crystal Palace. Getting a clean sheet. And by the way, Crystal Palace became the first team this season to not make Man City score and keep a clean sheet in both games. The one at Etihad and the one at Selhurst Park. Unfortunately, Crystal Palace can't do the double over Man City, but at least they stopped Man City from scoring against them. So big up to Crystal Palace. So yeah. And talking about Man City, their game is against Southampton. Now, Southampton, they've lost their last game, whereas for Manchester City, they drew against Sporting. But I believe that Sporting done really well not to concede another 5 goals, making it 10-0 on aggregates. But for me, I think I see a Man City winning this game. My first one is that could this be a draw again, like in the Premier League? But I was like, nah. City are just way too good. They're way too good. Even though I want Southampton to beat Manchester City, so that Man City so that Chelsea won't have to face them in the FA Cup semi-final like we did last season. I just can't see nothing but a Man City win. To be honest with you, I'm sorry if you're a Southampton fan. But I hope your team does really well. Try and get a draw. Try and see if you can win on penalties, or maybe try and score at extra time and see what happens. But in my heart of hearts, Man City are going to win this game. But my head is saying Man City, but my heart is saying Southampton. Honestly, I just don't know. But we'll just have to wait and see. But for 2-1 is my prediction. And last and not least, Sunday night, 6 p.m. kickoff. Nottingham Forest against Liverpool. What a game this is for Nottingham Forest, facing a team that's in the title race and also the Carabao Cup winners, of course. Of course, Nottingham Forest, they beat Arsenal in the third round, 1-0. They beat Leicester, I think it was 4-2, I believe. I can't remember. Something like 4-2 or 5-2, I can't remember. So they beat them as well. Then they faced Huddersfield, beat them 2-1. Nottingham Forest are in a really, really positive position in the FA Cup. I'm not sure where they are in the Championship. I've got to check on that. But Nottingham Forest so far in the FA Cup have been really good. And if Nottingham Forest can put up a shock against Liverpool, it's the beauty of the FA Cup. That's why I love this competition. Yes, it might not be the biggest prize ever, but it's the magic of the FA Cup. You see Bournemouth beating Bournemouth. You see the likes of Cambridge beating Newcastle. You see the likes of Middlesbrough beating Tottenham, Manchester United, all these type of teams. It's the beauty of the FA Cup. So if Newcastle can put up a shock, I'll be very happy for them because they deserved it. But you know what? Liverpool are just too good. Their squad is just strong enough to beat Nottingham Forest. Unfortunately, it's true because they got the likes of Jota, Sadio Mane. Whoever doesn't perform, someone off the bench can perform well. Like Firmino did against Arsenal when he came off the bench, he scored. So I just cannot see nothing but Liverpool win, to be honest with you. But it'd be very, very good if Nottingham Forest can put up a show. But for me, Liverpool are winning this game 2-1. They will concede, but it's going to be a tight game. Really tough game. Just like the game for Chelsea and for Manchester City too. So for me, 2-1 Liverpool is my final prediction. And that is it, guys. That is all the 8 games for the 4 games of the Premier League and 4 games of the FA Cup predictions on my YouTube channel. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who watched this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Share this video to everybody so they can enjoy my YouTube content and enjoy this video. Whether they're a Man City fan, a Liverpool fan, no matter what fan it is, they can come in and just watch this video and see if you guys agree with me in the my predictions. Let me know in the comments down below whether you agree or disagree. And hit the bonus notification so they never miss any of my videos that I've uploaded, or whether I'm doing a live watch along, which I'm going to be doing tomorrow for the Chelsea vs Middlesbrough game. So make sure you don't miss that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for a match preview against Middlesbrough. Like I said, it's tough, but hopefully this Chelsea team can show Manchester United and Tottenham that this is how you beat them. Let's show Middlesbrough how we're the champions of the world and the champions of the Europe. Let's show them that. So looking forward to tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Take care. And as always, up the Chels. See you soon.